The land of Oz was never the same after Dorothy defeated the Wicked Witch, or so the story went. In truth, Elphaba hadn't died when the water struck her. Instead, she had awakened something ancient and far darker. Her spirit fused with the corrupted magic buried deep within Oz, and it began to twist the land into a shadow of its former self. The Emerald City's once brilliant glow dimmed, and black vines crept across its streets. The vibrant poppy fields withered into ash, and eerie whispers echoed through the forests. The Munchkin villages were abandoned overnight, their people vanishing without a trace. The land was cursed, but no one dared to say it aloud. In Kansas, Dorothy couldn't escape her nightmares. Every night she dreamed of green hands clawing their way out of the earth, and a voice echoing in her mind. "You freed me." One night, she awoke to find her farmhouse surrounded by an unnatural fog, her mirrors reflecting not her face, but Elphaba's glowing emerald eyes. Realizing she had no choice, Dorothy donned the ruby slippers once again and returned to Oz. But what greeted her was a land unrecognizable. The Emerald City was lifeless, its streets shrouded in darkness. Black vines pulsed like veins, snaking up buildings and wrapping around statues. The silence was oppressive, broken only by faint, distant cries. Glinda found Dorothy and pulled her into hiding. The once radiant sorceress looked tired and afraid. "You shouldn't have come back," she said. Glinda explained that Elphaba's essence had merged with Oz's magic, transforming her into something beyond human. "She's not after power anymore," Glinda warned. "She wants revenge." Determined to stop the curse, Dorothy and Glinda set out for Elphaba's ruined castle. Their journey was filled with horrors. Twisted creatures with glowing green eyes lurked in the shadows, and the trees whispered warnings, their bark forming anguished faces. Inside the castle, the air was cold and heavy with decay. Shadows moved unnaturally, stretching across the walls like living things. In the throne room, Elphaba stood at the center, her form grotesquely altered. Her emerald skin was cracked and glowing, and her hair moved as if alive. Her shadow stretched impossibly long, curling and twisting like smoke. "You shouldn't have come," Elphaba said, her voice a chilling echo. Dorothy tried to reason with her, but Elphaba's anger was unrelenting. "You think you saved Oz," she sneered, "but all you did was unleash its darkness." Shadows erupted from the walls, forming monstrous shapes that attacked Dorothy and Glinda. Glinda tried to cast a protective spell, but the shadows overwhelmed her, dragging her into the darkness. Dorothy screamed, reaching for her, but it was too late. Alone, Dorothy clutched the ruby slippers and slammed them together, unleashing a burst of light that forced the shadows back. When the light faded, the castle was silent. Elphaba and Glinda were gone, leaving Dorothy standing alone in the ruins. Dorothy returned to Kansas, but the nightmares followed her. Her home no longer felt safe. Shadows moved unnaturally in the corners of her room, and faint laughter echoed in the night. One evening, she noticed a green vine growing along her bedroom wall. As she reached out to touch it, her reflection in the mirror smiled back. Not her own smile, but Elphaba's. Some shadows, Dorothy realized too late, never fade.